Helped from the armoured personnel carrier which had brought him from the city centre, President Mitterrand stopped for half an hour of talks with the Serbian leadership. While he was doing so, the airport around his plane had become a battlefield. Serbian tanks and snipers returning fire against the Bosnian territorials who control the village across the runway. Two Serbian fighters had already been wounded. The British military doctor attached to the UN force here gave emergency treatment. When the fighting had quietened, the French president and the UN commander discussed how best to get Mr. Mitterrand out of Sarajevo.
In the dark, it's much too difficult for us to determine which side is shooting, and therefore the temptation, whoever is shooting, is to intensify.
It had already been a day of extraordinary political theatre. Mr. Mitterrand said he came because he wanted to see for himself what the siege here has done. And he put a high value on the symbolic significance of his presence in Sarajevo, laying a flower at the spot where more than 20 people were killed by a mortar while queuing for bread. He declared he wanted to stir the world's conscience as the United Nations prepares for the critical discussions in the days ahead. For the people who saw him, some leaning from windows as he passed, some overcome by their emotions, it was the most visible sign that their hopes of help from the outside world will be fulfilled, and they chanted their support for the infant nation of Bosnia. But the French president's visit ended with a vivid reminder of the difficulty of achieving even small steps towards peace. He had to put on a flak jacket for the walk across the runway, his helicopter flying low and fast as it left. And once he had gone, the United Nations made yet another attempt to secure the airport for the delivery of relief supplies, a UN officer taking formal control from the Serbian military commander.